Welcome to Pop Run Radio.
Welcome.
Welcome. We are so excited to have Tia back. Tia.
Back by popular demand.
You are back by popular demand, and you have tried to avoid us, but we are relentless.
No, I really have. I'm like, I don't even like to hear what I think about things, so I don't know why anyone else.
Because we like a good laugh and you keep us entertained.
We do love a good laugh, and
I'm not well. I'm not well.
Maybe that's why we're so comfortable with you, because neither are we.
neither are we. We're not well at all.
Not at all.
We're calling this episode the Tia Takeover.
Oh my god.
Yes, I love that. I love that title.
Wow.
For
That
us.
is a good one.
It will be so good. But first, we gotta talk about our week.
Yes.
Tell us how your week was. You're getting ready to go hunting.
I am, and so I've been working double time. So I've
How long
really
are you gonna
been
be on?
working a lot. It is for 7 full days.
Unless you get
and
something first.
the hunting gods have never shown favor upon me. So
This is
I've
your
always
year.
been there the full 7 days, but I would
So
really
you-
appreciate some prayers. right
Karma
now.
for
You get a
coming on
tag
with
every
us.
year, though?
Well, so the thing is that you put in, and a lot of times it takes years to get drawn. And again, for
Yeah,
those
my
of you
boys
that
never
don't
do.
know, this is my husband's thing. He loves it, and so the trick is to put somebody in who doesn't want to be drawn.
Because they'll
That's me,
automatically.
They always get drawn.
and I always get drawn.
I feel
so-
like I hear of a lot of hunters who put their wives in too.
Uh-huh.
'Cause
Every
all
hunter I
these hunter
know.
wives are going on their hunt, and I'm like, bull.
Yeah.
I'm throwing the BS flag.
Bull. Because they're going to hunt a bull, probably.
I know, like I'm trying not to cuss, mother.
Why?
Because my mom keeps calling her out.
She keeps telling me that I'm not ladylike.
Ooh, do not tell her to listen to this episode.
Okay, deal.
Jill,
But
don't turn
anyway,
this one off.
She, I feel like that's totally because they want to get
But
more hunting time in.
So my husband does put in with me, and this year it's my father-in-law and me and my husband that have a Coos deer tag. But
All three of you do?
yeah, but my husband has a YouTube channel, Rogue Outdoorsman, and he films it, so it's not like he's trying to get a tag so he can shoot it. Like he actually has to be legit. Like we're legit about everything.
Wants you to
so
do it.
yeah.
Gotcha.
But if you know Unit 27,
Ooh, that's
it
the good
is
one.
The unit of hell. It's like a week of fat camp. Everybody else.
But
tells
isn't that
me-
the best place to get the best one?
Yeah, I mean it is, but the terrain really is treacherous, and so I feel like a lot of people tell me about their hunting experiences with their spouses, with their fathers, and I have yet to have anything like what they experience.
I have this weird desire to do a hunt.
Really?
I don't know why, but I'm just like, it sounds fun, but that you're making it not sound fun to like
Well,
terrain over the place all day
yeah,
and all
and I'm
night for
not-
7 days. I would be a bad, like they would get sick of me after day one when I'm like, let's take a rest.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, if you have a husband that pulls out a camper and, like, you guys don't see anything in the morning and you just go back to camp and you have a good lunch. But, like, Trent is a mountain goat, and so we are, like, we're up at the crack of dawn.
Even all day, he'll walk around
You're-
looking?
Yeah, you're sweating to death when you hike in the early morning hours, and then you get where you're glassing, and then you're literally sweating, but you have to glass in the shade, so now you're freezing. And then it's a game of like, where's Waldo with the wrong prescription? So you use binoculars, but you're looking for an animal that's the size of a dog, that's the same color as the background terrain. It doesn't even have like a red and white striped shirt on. So
Well, that would be easier.
yeah, so then if we don't see something, usually they'll bed down during the day, and most people will go drive in a razor or go eat a lunch. No, we are going to hike up and down ridges, like,
Looking for a better spot?
yeah, and I'm in no shape to be doing what I'm about to be doing.
Do you have to pack in stuff and carry it? So, like, are you packing light? Are you changing every day? Like, I'm worried about the logistics of it as a woman.
you
At least she's
really are
starting out with her
thinking
clean hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the hair starts out looking good, and then it just rats up.
Get
as the
dreads
week
by the
goes
end of the
on.
week.
But, like, white trash couture is kind of my thing, so I'm not really worried about that. Like, I look good the whole time. A little ratchet, but I look good.
You look great. You put
Yeah.
a cute hat on. You're
Yeah,
chilling.
it's fine. I'm not
Okay.
worried about that. It's just, like I said.
Because you're on the YouTube video, you got to look good.
I mean, yeah.
Doesn't he have like quite a few followers?
Yeah, and it's really funny because I'll read like his comments, and like one year somebody was like, "Oh, she wears like I don't even know if they said like a full trow of makeup and like trying to talk crap about me. And I was like, yeah, because this isn't my thing. Like, I'm not trying to fit in with the hunting community.
No,
which,
you are who you are hunting.
Yes,
yeah.
And I do love the wilderness, and I do love my husband most days, and so I don't mind doing like what he likes to do, but I'm not going to change who I am just because I'm going.
Agreed.
But yeah, and I'll do a YouTube video on how to put half a trow of makeup on.
As you should.
So. But yeah, anyways, I really, really want to get something like the first 2 or 3 days.
Because then you can just back out.
Well, and then I already have the days of work off, so I could hang out with my kid. I could actually, catch up on stuff. So it's just like, but most of the time we go the full time out there. So
especially if you're getting 3.
Yeah.
So all 3 of you. Do you have anyone else going? Just you 3?
We have some friends from the valley that might come up, and it is nice when you have other people. Especially, I don't think Trent's dad, his feet aren't what they used to be, and so he's not going to be able to hike like we do. Mm-hmm. So we might just try to split up. So, so me and Trent will still be going to fat camp and hiking all over the place, but we'll probably have our friends kind of just help us out. So
I love that.
But yeah, come with us, and we'll see if you ever want to do it again.
See, I don't know about that one. Maybe I'll find somebody who's like used to like the camper situation.
No, that sounds great. Yeah, let me know because I'll try it with them too.
I literally because I'm the same. I love to be outdoors. I love to like go out on a razor ride. Like nothing more fun to me than that. And I've always like loved. I'm fascinated by the obsession with it. I want to go on it just to see what the hype.
If you get the
because in our town, I kid you not, they're obsessed, and they are everywhere. Don't get me wrong. It's not just Snowflake, but it's a true obsession, and I'm psychologically invested where I just want to know what it's all about.
And keep in mind, like, I am a little jaded about it because I did grow up in the city, and the only experience I have with shooting something was what I call the Great Hunt of 2020, and there is a YouTube video about it where I don't know how our marriage survived, and you can actually feel it in the video.
You can feel the tension seeping through.
Well, I shot an elk. Apparently my husband thought that I was the type of person that he was going to tell me which one to shoot and I was going to listen to him. I don't, we've been together 20 years. I don't know where that
he came
from.
up with that. Yeah.
But, and given after years have passed and we can kind of start to joke about it, he had done a lot of scouting and was like really wanting to get me a big bull, but we have never been great about communication. So I shot like a bull and he was not happy about it, and like I said, our marriage barely survived. There were months where he didn't speak to me, which wasn't a completely bad thing, but we still sometimes silence can't talk about it. It's 4 years
because you didn't get to this size. Okay.
Yeah, and so I told him this year, like, you do realize your audience probably doesn't care what size your wife gets. Now if he has something to prove, he's more than welcome to go
it's his channel
that.
He can do it.
But I think we have communicated a little bit better. We're still married, so
it's 2024.
It's 2024.
The world is your oyster.
I love it. So, what about you? How was your week?
It was good with your son's wedding.
Yeah,
it was a busy week. I was glad to have yesterday off because I was beat and I wasn't even part of the wedding.
I have this like this analogy of like what moms are doing because we're sitting in the ceiling for Caden and Ellie. My granddad Brewer is doing it, who did my ceiling. It's Caden's great granddad. He's like 87. Drove himself down there. He's super independent like that. Such a good ceiling. The first time he's ever gotten emotional in over 400 ceilings. So like it was all this spiritual experience. John, I kid you not, I'm looking at him across the way and I'm like, this man is seeing angels. But here's me. Literally, I was telling myself, look alive, Jackie. I'm like, nod along. Smile. Look like you're having a spiritual experience because we're pooped, man. We've already done the family dinner. I'm thinking about the reception. I'm thinking about if the kids are being good outside of the temple. I'm thinking about how it's going to be kind of hot for pictures. Like looking back at it now, I'm feeling nostalgic about it, but in the moment, I'm like,
all I have to say is he told them they were the handsomest couple like 10 times, and he married me, and I didn't get that once. I
never got the handsome couple vibe. No, but I absolutely loved it. Like, I love my granddad. He's one of my favorite people ever, and I, like, was so happy everyone was having their moments, and, like, everyone's weeping, and I'm just sitting there, like...
Sounds like mom life all the time.
I'm like, and then I'm like, why is that always how moms are? We, like, work ourselves to the bone, and so when it comes down to it, we're not, like...
Feeling nothing. There's nothing left to fill.
Present. You needed just a little cocaine.
Right before you walk in.
I remember right in the middle of it being like are you listening? Like I was telling myself, make sure you don't have RBF. Make sure you're like nodding along. Like I was giving myself a pep talk to get through it. And I'm like, Chat, what is wrong with
It
that?
didn't look like you were.
Any social event, the older I get, and I used to love going places, but
Me
the older I
too.
get, I'm like, I don't know if I'm overstimulated, which I think is a lot of moms.
I think that's my problem.
But really, I am like, oh my gosh, what is my face doing right now? And I don't want to, I'm not intentionally trying to
I
be
do it all the
bitchy,
time.
But I'm like.
Yeah, I was like, make sure you look like, because it was so special and so sweet. And I was so happy to be there. But also I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so tired. We got 5:30 in the morning to get there. And I'm just like.
I was pooped and it wasn't even me.
This is like this is like an analogy of mom life, honestly. But yeah.
For sure.
So kids need to elope. Like
That's Maddie's plan, 100%.
Okay.
Yeah.
I said, well, can I be invited? You don't have to bring anyone else.
Yeah,
just let me come.
It's not weird at all. Just take your mom.
Which it's crazy because you would have thought
She
I
will
would
if
have
she
been
wants it
more
paid for.
tired at like the dinner or because I did the dinner or at the reception that I helped with, but it was the traveling that got me. It was the getting up at 5:30 and traveling.
That's not your jam.
I do this thing where like I have to travel so much to the valley for football, but every time I travel like a day trip, I get the worst headache from the elevation changes.
I get migraines every time I travel down
because
too.
you have to like.
Is it
bust
the
down every
elevation
time.
or is it pollution? I always wonder because I get them too.
Pressure, the bear, like I don't know what it is, but something triggers it every time. So I'm trying to like sit through it. I don't know.
We're old. That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
In a roundabout way, yeah.
But also, this is my first. How am I going to be feeling when Oliver gets married?
You won't even
I'm
care.
Gonna be like
You'll
in
be
a,
old.
She's gonna be in a
You
walker,
won't even care.
right? I'll hopefully can just hire a wedding planner at that point.
Yeah.
right? If you can't, don't throw him a reception.
Amen. I mean, we can, but so yeah, and then going to Thirst with Mom and Paula because you're not there because you're the worst and you got a job.
You were crying about that the last time I was here.
Yeah.
We just did a little meme about it because she still throws it in every convo.
I'm just trying to be funny, but yeah, like our girl in the morning like knows us so well. She'll literally like just when we pull up, she already knows what we're getting. Well, anyway, my boys, Liam was tracking my phone so that when I got to Thirst, he's in third hour. He texts me and says, "Please bring me a pop. I'm dying today." I'm like, "How did you know I was here?" He's like, "I was tracking you." So I get him a pop
knows
and
your
I take
routine.
it to him. And then the next day we go today and Asher had got wind of it and he was so offended. So he texts me all of a sudden at 9:15. Can you get
You
me
gotta
a
turn
pop
your
today?"
phone off.
I know. So then I'm getting him a pop and I take it to him and he's so happy. Well, all of a sudden I get another text. He's like, "This kid was sitting in front of me and he went to stretch and knocked the pop all over me. I'd only had 3 sips and I got drenched with pop.
Had to go home.
Had to go home, had to change my clothes, had to change my shoes and socks." I was like, well, that's what you get.
We're tracking your mom. You're too nice. Just kidding. I would have done it too.
Okay, before we get into our topic for this week, because I'm really excited about it, we got to do a quick ad break.
Fancy,
So,
huh?
Yes. Black Friday for Thirst. If you go in on the 29th or 30th of November, you can get 5 $10 gift cards. So that's worth $50, but you get them for $40. So you get basically $10 off. So I'm thinking we should do it
For
just
stockings.
to have it. No, for our own pop
Oh,
run.
us. I don't get to go anymore, remember? I got the job.
Megan's
Kids.
thinking about other people,
No,
and
not me.
Jackie's like,
No.
You will not get one in your Christmas present.
Isn't that a good idea, though? Like, we should totally stock
That
up.
is a
so
great
funny.
idea.
I am not a drink. I'm
Oh.
not a drink person like you guys are.
It's a tragedy.
Do you do Monsters even? Anything?
I like water,
I do too, but
and if I drink anything, it's because I want energy, but I don't like carbonation. Like I love water.
that carbonation
I
just
love
stings to
water
me.
too, but I need it to burn. I need it to hurt. Going
Yeah, no,
into
I
my
think
chest.
what you're describing is the majority of people.
Yeah.
But
Well,
I
that's a
don't
tragedy. I
understand
feel like we could convert you.
I mean,
We've
I
worked
know.
on Paula.
Really? Because if you're, I'd be happier with a tub of frosting.
Okay.
Oh, because I'm not
I'm
a frosting
saying I'm
fan.
like making good decisions by drinking water, but I've got my own things.
No, but you either love it or you just are not that interested. I've noticed that. But
Mm-hmm.
anyway, also Furniture Gallery. They deliver, so that's something that we need to keep in mind because I love that they just bring it to you, and then your house smells fresh and clean for like 30 minutes before your kids get home. I love new furniture so much. I have a problem where I went on a goal 2 years while Caden was on a mission. I wasn't going to move my house around one time, and I didn't. The only time I moved it was for my Christmas tree. Nobody cared. I don't know why I set the goal. As soon as he got home, I got my nails back, and I got my furniture moved, and I felt a lot better. And I thought to myself, why did I
go off that?
this?
She had to make some sacrifices.
Like me going off
Yes,
sugar?
it was
Why?
so stupid. Yeah, so I definitely love that.
I have
Furniture
3
Gallery does
couches
that.
from them. I was just calculating. 2 in my bedroom, 1 in my front room.
Yeah. But I don't
3
know.
beds from them.
I love when we go there and Megan will just camp out because usually we go in the winter when we're starting to feel the blues where we need to like move our house around, and you'll find
a cozy spot
recliner in a cozy warm spot, and a recliner makes us think of our grandma Dixie who loved a recliner.
Yeah.
And there's really nothing better, so hence our recliners right here, right?
Yes.
And then also we're gonna talk about Carly. Tell us how much you love Carly.
How's she doing at your place?
Isn't she the sweetest thing?
Well, I like everybody. I really do like everybody who works at the salon with
look
me.
at my cute hair.
I did see your cute hair.
We love Rogue. We love Carly.
I'm sentimental to Carly because it's Cardston's besties.
She's so quiet.
She definitely, but I like that everybody's a little bit different.
Yeah.
I do too.
Really do.
I think she all meshed together with that.
Yeah, you guys all seem to get along, which is nice.
It really is. Like, especially when you have a bunch of women together.
So
Yeah.
That can go south
That
real
could
fast.
get dramatic and catty so quick. I mean, John works with the majority of women, and I'm like, I don't know how you do it because you're not the most patient person. But
Yeah, no, we really do have the best.
You do have the best vibe.
Well, I love that. So anyway, thanks to our sponsors for this. Did I forget anyone, Paula?
We're not allowed to talk to her. We got in trouble last time.
Oh, I'm not supposed to?
I thought Paula was your imaginary friend.
Did you?
Did we forget about anyone, Paula?
Get off my lap, Paula.
All of a sudden, I see a finger shaking out of the corner.
No.
Did we talk about Carly enough? Because I love her. And I'm dark and you're blonde and we still look good.
Like, she can do the whole spectrum. We have sent a lot of people there.
We
I'm
have.
happy, but
We already got 3 more from the podcast,
everyone
too.
go follow Rogue because you see a lot of what Rogue does on their account. What's their Instagram account?
Just Rogue Salon and Spa.
Okay.
Spelled like Rogu.
Salon
and Spa.
Did you do that because your husband's was Rogue Outdoors?
No. I think that we, if I remember correctly, I mean, we always wore like Rogue Fitness shirts. I just like it. I know it has a negative association sometimes, the word Rogue, but the way that I looked at it was just doing something a little bit different.
I love
like
the
it's
Rogue.
catchy.
Yeah, mine is like you're just walking your own path.
Just doing your own thing. And so I remember I was kind of coming up with ideas, and there was only 3 stylists at the time, and I was like, do I do like Trinity? Or I was trying to think of something, and Trent was wearing a Rogue Fitness shirt, and I was like, what the hell am I supposed to do? Rogue Salon and Spa? And I felt like as soon as it rolled off my tongue, it was like,
It was
Saying
the
to
plate.
Yeah.
Smile
and
down.
I think he had his YouTube channel, but we decided to kind of just do it the same, and then
See,
it
look
just makes
at
me
it.
laugh.
You're
It's
happier
like,
than you think.
quit trying to make Rogue happen. It's not going to happen. So
I love
anyways.
it. No, Rogue is like the biggest salon in town by far. I love
Oh,
it.
yeah.
And then
Which
Carly.
isn't saying much. We have a small town, you guys. Just
Well,
But we have a lot of
It's
hairdressers,
a big deal. It is.
Yeah.
but-
especially with NPC clothes.
So follow Rogue on Instagram, and then also your hair girl Carly, Karlee. She's her name's so cute.
Speaking of that, when I was at my hair last week, I was trying to send the return flights of Cardston to Carly, hairdresser Carly, so her and crew could come. And I accidentally sent them to a coworker, Carly, who spells it Karlee too. And she's like, that's awesome. I'm so happy for you. And I'm like,
Carly DeWitt spells it like that? Oh my gosh.
so she got my son's flight plans, just what she wanted.
Yay. Okay, so the Tia takeover, we have questions.
I think we should start with the salon question, since we
Okay,
were just
I love
talking about
that
the
idea.
salon.
Hit it.
Since that's where I spend most of my time.
Okay, let me find the one. I'm sure you have some great stories about people in your chair. Tell us about the craziest client you've ever had. Maybe not say names.
Yeah.
Or
I
say
know.
names.
Or
Sign language us the names and then beep them out in the podcast.
I always joke around like we have HIPAA, but we actually don't have HIPAA. So we're
You
like,
guys kind of should.
we're like
You
really
probably have more
smart. I can
info.
just tell
People unload to you like you're a therapist.
Yeah,
So.
and I think I have to give the other stylists credit because they actually talk to their clients a lot more. Like I just face mine towards the TV, and I'm usually just.
But you talk
I
the whole
kind of
crowd.
love that.
Yeah.
I kind of love that because I don't like the pressure of feeling like I love to go to the nail salon and just sit there. I don't want
Yeah.
to make small talk.
Yeah, but like I have had some crazy clients, and there's definitely some stories I could tell. I do feel like it's kind of like the movie The Help, where if I explained to some people, you would know from the crack in their table who
Yeah.
I was talking about. So even more than that, we've had a couple crazy employees that I could
Ooh.
probably talk about.
Let's hear that then.
We could have both.
We did, and by we, I mean me. I did hire.
It's me. I'm the boss.
So actually now I can't even do interviews without Casey being there because of the 2 bad experiences we had.
So it was an agreement among the whole salon.
Yeah, because I think I just wanted somebody who wanted to work and do hair, so I hired this guy that had moved up from the valley. We shall call him Captain K. And he was like selling himself like he had done hair in Scottsdale and all this stuff. And at that point, I just wanted somebody available to take clients. But I should have known when he walked in with like a pimp limp, like a full-on Steve Real pimp limp, that like,
Yeah.
And bottom line is Casey from a mile away could tell this dude was like on stuff. So I just remember it was right before COVID. He got hired as an independent contractor. We obviously had a couple really bad experiences.
Did he do a crappy job, or was he just not the flow?
Stuff. Like he would leave his clients in the sink and disappear for like 45 minutes, and we couldn't find him, and then he'd show. I mean, just interesting stuff. But it was pretty funny. But my favorite was when we had to close for COVID, that he tried to like collect unemployment, and I'm like, hooker, you are an independent contractor. Like that's not how this works.
How long did he last then?
It was less than a month, and then like I said, we had a new concept where Casey had to be there when I hire. I can't be so desperate that I just hire anybody.
And you're probably just nice, so you're like, yeah.
Well,
do you have a hard time telling people no?
I told you guys this. I have no business owning a salon, so I just want people who want to work and do a good job, and just expect them
and who have a pimp
to
limp.
adults about it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah. We had one girl that moved into town. Let's call her
Paula. Your make-believe friend.
Imaginary friend.
No, but this chick was awesome. She came in for an interview, and she was dating some local guy, and I think she was from Utah, which should have been like my first clue.
The first red
First
flag.
red flag.
Yes, but the best part of this chick, I don't even know if she actually ever started working. I do know that she was like, I want to get certified in extensions, I want to do this, told me about all her experience. And then we would hear all over town like, oh, she came in to get a construction job and said she knows how to do windows, and then she'd be in the salon shadowing and be telling people she used to be a flight attendant and do spray tans and a stripper.
Just a liar or what?
And then she tried to get a job at Hatch Farms because she can run heavy equipment, and I have never met a con artist.
Liar.
Yes,
Yeah.
but in a small town that doesn't work, bitch. We talk to each other. We know everyone in town.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, how has this girl even made it 6 months?
Yeah.
But
Did she ever date the guy or marry the guy?
No, I don't think so. And I think she ended up leaving town. She was actually friends with a lot of what some of these families would consider high-profile families in town. But I found it very interesting that she literally had done everything. So we're like, of course you were a flight attendant. Of course you did this. But
would we know
she
her?
was getting certified in invisible bead extensions, and I heard her talking to her model, telling her model, I'm just getting certified, and then I'm going to request a refund, like a full refund back. And I do not do shady hose, so like, I immediately was like, this is not going to be a good fit. But she's probably a flight attendant or a construction worker or driving farm equipment.
Or she's on Mom Talk.
Exactly. Speaking of, there is several people from this town that I think could have been on that Mom Talk.
Agreed.
Yes.
Okay.
In fact, what I think was this is falling apart. I think what was panicking me so much about watching that show is it was actually pretty accurate in a lot of ways. I think that's what I was like, oh, I don't like to see this because I think it's so accurate for Utah Valley, and it's accurate for somewhat of our town, and it's accurate just in general, which kind of panicked me a little bit.
It was too real.
I did feel a little PTSD, and mainly from being in Utah. I do see some things.
Did you live in Utah?
No, but I travel there a lot, and I did live there, like when I was in college and stuff, but no. Immediately no.
Me neither, which is sad because it's gorgeous.
But I do love, I love.
Do you need us to pause for a minute?
Talk about it, Jackie?
Just keep talking. We're good.
Well, it might be too loud to keep talking. So why don't you just do that, and then it just snapped right off.
I've just loved watching her struggle. I was like, is she going to hold it the whole time? What's happening?
Yeah, just hold it, but just hold it in one place.
The whole time. It's almost kind of, we're good. We're chilling.
Okay, and we're back.
Okay, I have another hair question then.
Did you do it again?
No, it just is not. You asked the other hair question, Megan.
No, I had another one.
I don't don't know if I answered that. I really
You don't want to throw someone you know under the bus?
But
they're your clients still? You want to keep them?
I don't even know. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What do you think makes a good hairstylist good?
I want to know
what sets them apart.
Because we've been getting our hair done for so long that we have our own opinions on what makes somebody good. We want to hear what you think.
So, to me, it's really interesting because I do think there are a lot of good hairstylists in the world. Like, nowadays, where people are sharing everything.
There's
Back when I
sources
was
everywhere.
first a hairstylist, like, everybody was kind of gatekeeping. So, I think doing good hair is... You come by that more often. There's good hairdressers. So to me, it's more psychology. You spend hours with this person. So number one, like somebody you enjoy spending time with that you feel like gets you or understands. And also knowing what women are saying by what they're not saying. So Pinterest is so AI right now. So just communicating with your clients, like on what's realistic. So what makes a good hairdresser? A really good consultation, them knowing what they can achieve and
what's a realistic expectation?
Like, don't act like you can come in here as a redhead and be a blonde disappointment.
Yeah, and honestly, sometimes it does happen, but really just setting those realistic expectations and knowing your limitations. If you're not experienced and you don't have a room full of people that you can fall back on their expertise, just saying, hey, I might not be the best fit for that.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of trying to act like the hero and damaging somebody's hair.
I really appreciate that your salon and the people there always like get their education. Like,
and they continue education.
It's a continue education.
Which Arizona doesn't require. So I do think it is so important that you continue to do that.
Especially for the fickleness that is blonde. If you don't know what you're doing with toning, with, you know, like hair, with everything, like it is a huge deal.
Is it a requirement in other states?
It is. A lot of other states
do
like
you require it?
I don't.
I think they want to fit with the style of your salon. Like, we always know what we're doing.
I think in order to not get burnt out in the industry we're in, you have to do that because you have to get inspired. It's artistic. You have to, because it does get monotonous. It's hard on your body. So I think it's important to set a goal, whether that's one class a year, whether it's just anything having to do with your industry, to just make you excited about doing your job again.
Agreed.
I agree. And it makes a difference knowing that, like,
I like the continuing education.
But just, like, if you're going to spend how much money to get your hair done, and when I get my hair done, it's not a short process, because blonde is not. It's, like, several hours.
We keep you there longer because we like you, but...
Yeah. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I want to know that, like, what I'm there for and doing is, like, going to actually look good, because it's such
I'm willing to pay the money if I know I'm going to get what I want.
Absolutely. I'm same. I am too.
For sure.
Okay, this is a funny one. What crime would you commit if you could get away with it? I liked your answer earlier.
Well, I mean, the only thing that comes to mind is just, like, there are so many people I would throat punch.
I always say throat punch. I love that you say that.
That's his word. I've never heard anyone but Jackie say that.
I will throat punch them. Because and doesn't that sound so painful, but so satisfying?
But sometimes I say I'd like to stab you in the neck with a knife, but that's a little too violent. So I feel like throat punching is a little...
Same effect, but not so bloody?
Yeah, I mean, you can digest that a little easier, or not.
It's a little pleasanter way to take it.
Okay, who gets on the throat punch list? Is it people that bug you client-wise, or work-wise, or...
community-wise, drivers.
Okay. So I actually, and I don't know if it's because I've been doing hair for so long, I love my clients. Like, I actually enjoy...
I could see that when I come in.
...that I spend time with. So I don't... And they're paying me.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
Right.
Like, I think they're paying me to be their friend and make them look pretty. So I don't really ever think that about clients. Now, other people's clients...
You just can hear them and it bugs you?
Yeah, because so we have a we have a couple sweet stylists in our salon. I would say Carly's one of them. McKay is one of them. We have, and it's always the nice ones that get these clients that tell them how to do their job and are micromanaging, and they handle it so well. But it literally kills creativity when someone's telling you. I mean, don't get me wrong.
How to do your job.
Consultation. Let's talk about your goals. Let's talk about what you want. But after that,
let you do the process.
Let me do what we need to do to get you from point A to point B. And so watching them talk to, that's where I get protective. And I am like, I have to be like, it's their own business, Tia. Do not get in, like, let them
But it
handle
is your business, so you want it to go smooth.
They are independent contractors,
I know,
so
but
I do try to let them handle it. And then if they can't come to me, but there are so many times where I'm like, you talk to her like that one more time. Like,
that would be hard. Because especially seeing like cute little Carly or like McKay, anyone would be like, stop.
Now, I would love for someone to talk to me like that.
Put them in their place.
Nobody does.
Because they know where you stand.
I know, like, I used to get a lot of, like, when I taught piano at like, I had, like, over 100 students because I did group lessons. But literally, like, I was the most patient and the, like, most organized teacher there. But, like, I think it was like almost like I was a target for people that weren't even mad at me. They were mad at they were mad at the studio. So they would come and like I would be there and I'd be like, I don't know what you want from me. But
and honestly, if people do talk to me like that, like the things I say back to them, they kind of like just laugh it off. But it's because they think I'm kidding, and I'm actually not kidding.
The older I've gotten, though, I bet you McKay and Carly get better because they're so young.
Yes,
they're
like,
both young.
I was definitely like that, but now I'm like, no.
I think to a certain degree, a lot of us are, especially those of us that are recovering people pleasers in life, and so like I get it, and maybe that's why I want them to like skip ahead. Like, hey, people.
It took us 20 years. We don't want to wait.
People treat you how you let them treat you. So as much as I want to blame it on the person that's treating them like that, like you allow that. Yep. So I want to tell them like, hey, you can't control them, but you can control your reaction. So you have got to set the boundaries for that. Mm-hmm. I hate that word, ew. But
no, but I agree wholeheartedly.
But it took us a while to get there. Yeah. So we want them to jump faster.
Trauma. Yeah.
We have to go through the trauma. Amen to that.
But who wants to watch any little cute girl do that?
What's your next one, Meg?
Well, when we first got here, we were saying that you screenshot conversations, which is funny because me and Jackie burn conversations.
Okay, so I don't screenshot conversations. What I screenshot, so you know how like, okay, you have the friend where if something happens to you, you get in a coma, you die, you're like,
oh, clean out my nightstand. We have this.
Yes, right?
Burn.
You don't have to worry about that. I am an open book. You guys aren't going to find out secrets about me. But what I would probably be nervous about is my screenshot category because I talk a lot of crap in screenshots. Let me explain.
I know what you're saying too.
Cry on camera. You set up a phone or a damn camera and you cry. I will screenshot your ass.
I get what you mean now. Okay. I thought you meant like.
Okay, I know what you mean now. And yes, we do.
If you dance in a hospital room, if you, are like prayers.
But no explanation.
I hate the prayers with no explanation.
I will screenshot you because I'm not praying for your yeast infection. Okay.
Tell me what I'm praying for.
Yes, and if you wear weird stuff, I don't know.
I get what you're saying now.
I want to be a nice person, but if you were to look at my screenshots, you'd be like, why did she screenshot me? And the reasons could be
I could see the picture and probably guess most screenshots. Because I probably screenshotted them too.
I agree. We have many family group chats with just even us. Like me and Megan and Paula are one, and then me and Megan and Paula and Luke are one, and we screenshot. Our whole conversation is screenshots of things we've seen. Like, why is
we don't even have
to Facebook? They shouldn't even be allowed.
And we don't even have to explain it.
And it's not a journal.
No.
Take their privileges away. But I will say that I do screenshot conversations or Facebook stuff or social media if I know something juicy is going on and it's going to start disappearing because people be blocking, deleting.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, okay, this is getting good. So, yeah.
You want to remember this?
If you didn't screenshot it didn't happen. So.
Which is, we've mentioned this before. We saw a business owner who's no longer here, but they were talking crap about another business owner, and we screenshot the heck out of that. And of course, 100%. They deleted it instantly, but we're like, oh, no, we have the proof.
Yeah.
David was like, that was nice of him. And I'm like, no, I have proof.
I mean, because I think most of us have a lot of things to say, but we have somebody in our life that I can, like, say, I'm going to post this, and they can be like, I'm taking your phone away. So you have to have those safety.
Or even for spelling. If I spell something wrong, tell me.
I'm not perfect with that. There's things that I want to get on and go on a rant about, but I'm the same way. I'm old enough now that I'm like, think about it for like an hour and then see how you feel. Or send it to Paula or Megan or Carly and see how they feel. And then you'll like.
Because I am reactive.
I'm reactive
so I have
too.
to have those people that talk me down off the ledge. But like, again, especially if you have a business and you have one person who looks up to you, you got to be a decent example.
You got to be a good person.
Yeah, and I don't want to get kicked out of this town that I'm hanging on by a thread. I love this place. But so I love that you love it. My thoughts, I mean, I say them, but I can't always put them on.
Isn't that funny
the
how like
internet.
small town has its whole set of problems that we're all aware of? Like watching some of the things that Paula has gone through since she moved here has me seeing red. Like somebody, a prominent businessman in town screaming at her has me seeing actual red.
I would love that.
But
She did good, don't fret.
she was she handled herself amazingly, but I still think about it and get furious. But then I'm like, but at the same time, even with that, I still love this place so much.
Yes,
it's like
I
we
do.
have this good, like,
The
love
weirdest
it,
people and the greatest people.
all mixed together.
And by
so
the way, you guys, Paula's their imaginary friends. So just remember, like,
the
Nothing really.
businessman was imaginary
Yes.
as well.
You're a hot mess today,
she is a
Jackie.
mess.
It's your turn for a question.
Problem is, okay, my question's hilarious.
Oh boy.
I sent something similar to this. I wonder if this is what I said.
Oh boy.
I can't remember what you said.
Where'd it go? Do you see your marriage lasting?
Anyone
This
that's
is
been
just to be funny
Okay.
because you're
Day
always
by
so
day
funny.
by day.
We can obviously all say that.
Yeah.
This is more of a joke.
The
of
reality
like,
is, like, I don't know. I mean, we've made it 20 years, but, like, I think anything could happen. So I'm like, one day at a time.
it's never off the table, but it's
I'm
never.
kind
No.
of refreshed by how you talk about it, though, because I think for a long time there, especially with, like, the generation above us, you put on a show no matter what.
Oh, yeah. No.
And
It's
I
life, it's
promise you, 85% of women in this town are going through the same things that,
Sure.
in some degree or another,
Sure.
that we're all going through. And if we're not, like, willing to, I don't know, probably makes people feel less alone when they're at your salon.
And I am self-aware. So anything that I would even have a problem with my husband, it makes me laugh because I usually do the same thing. Like if I was really to look at I'm really not that great to live with. So like I am not going to be blasting him when I'm like, I'm not, well, no, that's a lie. I mean, I might be because that's how I deal with my problems. But no, I just think that we all have our things. So, and we're all learning the same lessons just in different ways. So some people, it's not their marriage, it's a relationship with their kids. Some people, it's with their parents, whatever. But
Yeah.
do I see my marriage lasting? I hope so. I really have put 20 years into it. I like him more now than I used to.
Totally.
And you're committed to a 7-day hunt.
And
So
yeah,
let's
that's what I
hope at
mean.
least last
But
7
again,
days more.
Talk to me in 7 days.
Okay, but we're also at the point in marriage where if you've been married 20 plus years, you think to yourself, do I really want to start this over?
Okay,
Number
so
one.
Or the
I
work.
don't.
No,
Number
I would
two,
not.
I would probably go find him. Or the same type.
The
So-
grass is not greener,
No.
Lobos. It is
No.
not greener. And
No.
so, but we're to that point where we're like, no.
Yeah.
Like that, you feel for people who are in the first 10 years and they have hope still. Not in a bad way, but do you know what I mean?
I 100% know what you mean. But yeah, so amen.
Yes.
Amen to all of that.
I love it. Okay.
When did you know you were a badass and owned it?
Oh my gosh. So it was the summer of when no, I'm just kidding.
Got a date.
Traveling pants.
Oh,
Yeah, the confidence, I think, is what that means. Like, when did you finally own who your
I mean,
confidence?
I think that goes back to the trauma because I was such a people pleaser and trying to live in a way that was making other
Does
people
anyone
happy.
grow up not feeling like they have to be a people
I
pleaser?
don't know, because I think there are some people that actually aren't like that, and I don't know if they're innately like that or if they were raised in an environment.
That's not the
But yeah, I think just when you go through hard things in life, you start to think for yourself. And I don't know that I think I'm a badass, but I do like the version of myself now that has gone through that fire. So I wouldn't trade any of that.
Yeah.
So I don't know that I go around thinking I'm a badass, but whoever wrote that, thank you.
But I love that they wrote that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because they see it in you. That's
That was
awesome.
probably Trent. I bet my husband wrote that one. I'm just kidding.
He's probably too cool to follow us. Let's
Right?
be honest.
No, he doesn't follow me. I know that for sure.
He doesn't. So don't push it thinking he'd follow us.
Absolutely not.
Okay. So this one's kind of deep. Why did you decide to leave your religion?
Oh.
And have you left it or just
No,
not active?
That's a funny question. So, I don't know that I ever left my religion. I would say I am inactive, and I love being inactive. I mean, I know people hear me say that, and they're like, "Oh, she'll be back," or whatever. I don't have a problem with the religion that I was raised in, but if you really were to get deep with it, again, this goes back to probably the infertility that I experienced. I was at a weird place in my 30s, not able to ever get pregnant, and part of a religion where the entire foundation, every lesson,
I've heard this from several
revolves
people.
around having kids, families. There is nothing wrong with that, but it was a very weird place to be a female business owner who worked every day of the week and could not get pregnant. It is very lonely feeling, but I don't wallow. So I just remember back then thinking, if I want to see my husband and he's out in the woods every weekend, then I'm going to join him.
Were you going alone by yourself or something for a while, or no?
No, yeah, because he was doing his YouTube channel on the weekends. So he works during the week and does that. And so I started, which I personally love the Church of Nature. And I think that just me starting to use my own brain and what I think about things, and I'm still trying to untangle or decide what is your personality versus what is religion. For example, I grew up feeling so much guilt, excessive guilt, but I have other people in my life that grew up in that same religion or the same household that never felt that. So it's interesting to me what is psychology and personality versus what did I take so extreme that it made me feel
I think that's us,
certain
between
way.
us, different things that affected us in different ways, being raised the
Yeah,
same.
because Megan will have these like issues that I'm like, I don't even care.
Yeah,
And
you didn't struggle with that.
I didn't struggle with that, but I'm never gonna downplay what she feels because I know what she's been through, and I'm like, absolutely can see why you feel that way. But for me,
vice versa.
But then vice versa, she's like, well, I have never experienced that, so I don't understand.
Yeah, so I do feel like
It is a psychology thing per person.
I am not the biggest fan of organized religion the older that I get. However, I would never say never. I don't know where I'll be, and I respect everybody where they're at in their journey. And I always put myself in the position of if I didn't grow up this religion, how would I feel? And I just love human nature, why people believe whatever you need. So if you need to go to church every week and that's what you need, and I may need that in 10 years.
Right.
But right now I socialize so much at work. I'm at work all the time that I don't, it's like another job. That sounds so terrible.
No, I get what you're saying.
But, and then even in, like the ministering or having people come visit you, like I am not lonely. I do not need you to come. I don't need to be checked off. So I am rambling, but the bottom line is that I believe in a higher power. I love where I'm at in life right now. I felt very suppressed. I feel like as much as we talk about free agency and that we believe in people having free agency, it's one thing to say that, and it's another thing to feel like if you're not thinking exactly like this group of people, then that's not acceptable, and that's not what free agency is to me. Yeah. So as long as I'm being respectful and true to myself, but I love cussing. I understand that my parents don't like that. I understand that other people get offended by it, but I have to be true to me. So again, we had all these super weird cultural things that were not necessarily a religious thing. But again, I just feel like I'm untangling all that. I don't know the answers to it, but I like people doing what they feel.
But I like
they
that
need
you
to
don't
do
feel like you have
that.
to attack people for their beliefs. That's
No,
nice. You're just
no,
happy to be what you
No, I'm loving this answer because I feel like when I'm learning about it, I love to hear everyone's perspective on it. But I also sometimes feel like people who necessarily aren't active or aren't in it anymore, they almost think that I'm like not as smart as them, and that's when I get angry because I'm like, you have no idea why I'm still in the church. Like you have no idea like the things I've gone through myself.
To make you want to stay.
Like you said, there's reasons why you stay, and there's reasons why I stay. But I love that you're like, no, everyone's on their own journey. Because I feel that way about you and about anybody else that I know who isn't. I'm like, I actually totally respect what they're going through, so I hope that that's like reciprocated. So I love to hear that.
I really do feel the same way about religion as I do about COVID shots, as I do about politics.
You do you.
Right.
I would never want, like, to force somebody to believe what I have to believe. I think we're all doing our best every day. So as long as you are not trying to shove your beliefs down my throat and I have to agree with you, like I can literally have a respectful conversation with anybody in any religion. I genuinely care more about someone's character than what church they go to. Yeah. So I don't sometimes this is a whole different thing. This just shows you I watch too many documentaries. But a lot of freaking weirdos and pedophiles end up in a lot of different church positions of different religions.
Yeah.
So just because you are up in a high position, just because you are supposedly very, very religious, like, that doesn't mean anything to me.
I agree.
So
Yep, that a lot.
I did not leave. I just love not going.
No, I think that's a good answer. Because I don't even think it's always so cut and dry. Like, people try to make it seem like, oh, they've left the church. I'm like, well, maybe they're just on their own journey with the church.
I have no...
Or with life in general.
Yeah,
like,
and any problem I've ever had with any religion, because I think when you get any religion, a lot of them in one area, regardless of what it is, weird things can be interpreted. People start making up their own stuff. So I just, yeah.
I like that
Yeah,
answer.
so that's what I got.
Well, good. I mean, that was a deep one. So.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to go very shallow.
Yes.
I'm going to go flip the pendulum.
My
If you could have a hall pass with anyone, what would it be?
Oh, boy.
I have to do it after the religion just to make myself laugh.
Okay, my hall pass. This is funny because I don't have that many celebrity crushes. Like, I've never been like a celebrity crush.
And you watch a lot of TV in your shop, so you could tell us.
And TVs, and it's so funny because, boy, is there a separation of age. Because every girl, other than like 3 or 4 of us, the rest of them could be our children.
Yep.
And I am definitely noticing a separation when, like, McKay's crushing on, like, Tom Holland from, like, Spider-Man. I'm like,
I don't even know who that is.
He has,
looks
like a
my
baby
son's
face.
age.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Ew.
Not on my list
And
at
I know
all.
that's super popular in movies right now, like the Cougar and, like, the younger guys. But I think I like a rough around the edges. So Charlie Hunnam
Okay, give me a show he's in. I don't know actors.
Okay, well, he's on King Arthur, the Guy Ritchie version. You can look him up in that.
I like the
he's also in, what's that motorcycle series? I didn't really watch that one, but
the Sons of
Anarchy. Yeah.
Okay, give me his name again. I'm going to type it.
Charlie Hunnam.
It's like when
You want
you're
me to spell
you're
it
watching
out?
Smallville
diary,
and you love Tom, like you love the Clark Kent character, and then all of a sudden you're watching.
Yeah, he's
Smallville
easy on
and
the
you like
eyes.
the dad.
Yeah.
That's what happened
Yeah.
to us.
So, but I'm definitely like a little more rugged.
He's handsome.
But every time I look at somebody like that, I'm like, oh, I think I have a type because he has blue eyes. My husband has blue eyes. He's a little hairy around the face, and so is Trent. So yeah.
Oh yeah. The older we get, the more I'm like.
He's 44 years.
The
He's
whole
our
Cougar
age.
story,
there you
I know me and you are only a week apart, so he's our age.
The whole Cougar story, I'm like, no. I mean, if I was gonna do that, it would be somebody older, somebody who had a lot of money. Like, there's the whole young thing. No, I can't.
Be a maturity thing? No thanks.
No, like
I'm
that
not
show
that
with Anne
mature,
Hathaway, the age difference on that is me and Caden. I'm like, no.
Well, as soon as he
thank
walked
you.
in like sweatpants and a cardigan, I was like, get out.
I was not attracted to that whole thing. It was like a cutesy movie, but I was like, no.
And I think they've tried to make like 10 others like that right now, so it must be
It's
like
the big fad.
It's a thing right now. What did I just see that was like that whole vibe? Oh,
I think
I can't remember, but
who? What's her name?
oh, the Nicole Kidman.
Yes, that's
one.
what I was thinking.
Yes.
I think that one's gonna be.
I think that's almost a flop, though.
Is it? I don't know.
I've heard that it's kind of a flop.
Really? I haven't heard anything about it.
I just heard it was naughty.
Better Google it.
The smut is high on that. Okay, here's a funny one. Why do you hate sourdough people so much?
Oh my gosh.
Because I have also voiced this concern. I don't get it.
Okay,
I do
so
like to eat the bread, but I
love
don't
bread,
have.
though. I'm all
I don't
for it.
hate sourdough people. This literally goes back to the religious question. I have respect for anybody who uses their own brain, you guys. Anybody. So if you were a starter gooch making, I think that's like the foam on it. It's disgusting. Anyways, if I said
love
that
that
wrong,
you know this term.
no, I know it because I have
Hilarious.
so many 5-year-olds who work with me are like, I'm going to make my sourdough loaves. So I think I just hate how so much of the internet is coming at these young kids and they just do what's trending, and I just
It's their whole
don't
identity.
have a lot of respect for people who, and that's so rude to say because young girls are trying to figure out who they are, and who knows what we would have done if all of it
So
all
true.
of it
We
would
didn't
been
have to
thrown
deal
at
with
us.
TikTok.
Yeah.
Right? We got to
So-
kind of find ourselves without
Yes.
that. And
so
I'm
it's not
grateful.
fair what I'm saying,
I
but
know,
at
but
the
I get
same
it.
time, I'm just like, of course you like checkers. Of course light tan's your favorite color. Of course you like making sourdough. Oh, are you going to get chickens now? Like whatever is
Of course,
popular.
Joanna Gaines is the number one for you. Where like I have this tendency, like if it is trending, I immediately
You are opposite.
Which I don't like that about us either, because then I feel like...
that's just a trend in itself to not be trendy. I know that. But I'm
also not listening to a 20-year-old tell me what's in and out.
Yeah.
So, but I don't hate sourdough people, so if anybody wants to make me sourdough bread, I will not.
I love sourdough bread.
But I do hate when it's just like...
Their whole identity?
Like, or like anything. I hate when leaving a church is your whole identity. I hate when like... barrel pants, even though it is the least flattering thing on you, is something you're trying to rock because that's what's in style. Like but that's rude because I should be saying like, figure you guys out. But seriously, the sourdough thing, come on.
I feel for social media or people now in this day and age, because the rat race of it, especially when you're still trying to find your confidence, you're still trying to find your identity, that would be hard.
Yeah, and that's the thing. So half of me is sympathetic to that, and half of me is really mean about it. So, well, and I do have a very strong personality, so I am very vocal about stuff, and then I feel bad because I, again, have the style of a brat doll. So why am I feeling
Who are
like
you to
I
judge?
in any way, shape, or form can be telling these girls like, yeah.
Probably because you're confident in the Bratz doll.
No.
Okay.
I have no room to talk, but that's my sourdough issue. Okay, Utah curls, get serious. We're basically Utah's little sister. Those curls have been around forever. You see one dumb reality show, and then all of a sudden this is what's trending, and it's like a new thing. It's not new. So,
no.
Yeah, so I think I hate trends. I think I'm like, who decided that was cool?
Who started this trend?
Which I'm fully aware that not liking the trend is also trendy. It's like when people don't have an iPhone, they have a Samsung. Like, get over yourself.
I
it's
hate
not
myself.
that cool.
I hate myself. I
it's
hate
not
what
that
I'm saying
cool.
right now.
Yeah, but I totally am the same way because I think it's because we're the proponent of find who you are. You don't need to do this. I'm not doing it because I want to be so cool. I just want everyone else that's getting on board to stop. Like, you don't have to do this. Find who you are. Own who you are. Decorate however the hat.
Did you say hat?
I stopped
she
myself.
Caught herself.
Decorate however the heck you want to do it. Like, make yourself feel like, don't worry about the trend.
Yeah,
that's all.
So
I describe my feelings.
So I don't
on
hate
it.
sourdough people.
Well, I'm getting some tomorrow picked up, so I'll bring you a slice.
Yeah, toast it for me up and I'll bring it. I love it.
Okay, how do you feel about NPC cosmetology?
Yeah, they're cosmopolitan.
Yeah.
Cosmology. Oh, it's spelled different on this. Cosmetology school. There's no T in it. I'm like, I swear it has a T, doesn't it?
Yes, cosmetology.
Cosmetology school. And would you take someone under your wing to help them in their career?
Yeah, like the whole high school Cosmo thing. How do you feel about that whole thing?
So,
are they getting a head start or is it not great?
I actually have a lot of feelings about this, and they're not all negative. I would say most beauty schools are there to get you to pass state board. So I think my advice to students contemplating, I should say, going into the program is to realize that they aren't going to be doing all the modern techniques. They aren't going to be doing necessarily the fun stuff. It's just to get your license. It's sanitation. A lot of the programs have not been updated for a long time, and so you're still doing perms and roller sets. So in some ways, I just would give people the advice of just get through it and get your license. You can learn everything that you need to learn shadowing under somebody afterwards. I think a lot of people go in there thinking they're going to braid and style hair, and that's why I think there's such a drop in beauty schools, because it's not what they anticipated it being. Mm-hmm. With that being said, do I wish there was a way to say, hey, this is what you need to know to pass the test, and this is how you're going to apply it in real life? I wish there was a way, but unfortunately, when you go to nursing, they have to teach you by the book, and that's exactly what you're doing in cosmetology.
Which is what
school.
we did in real estate school.
Everything was done in the city, and we're like,
it is a joke.
None of it has any application to us whatsoever.
Yes, so I don't want to speak poorly about any local school, because I think it's the same as every school we all went to. Mm-hmm. You have to get your license. Now, my advice to anybody going to beauty school is, I don't care if your school is just teaching you perms and you hate it and it's not what you want to do. You should be refining about 4 things, and that is how to give the most amazing shampoo and conditioning treatment.
Carly
Okay.
does do that. I got it
Yes.
yesterday and it was heaven.
How to do an amazing style with round brushing the hair.
Yes.
How to curl different textures of hair. And then how to apply a root retouch in a timely manner. So even if you were doing that on the side of while you're learning all the stuff you need to do to pass the test, that is going to ease you into being an assistant with flying colors and be able to help out a stylist so that they can then teach you the fun stuff like foiling and formulating and extensions. And
Yes.
because that's the foundation. When I get some of these girls that are just like so bored with cosmetology school and they're just like, we're just doing perms and, you know, I hate this, and they want to drop out, and they waste that entire time, and they come to me, and it takes me 6 months to get them to rinse out color out of the hair without leaving like hair color around, you know, just those little fine-tuning details would set them up like just mastering those things while you're in school
Starting
would set
ahead.
you up to be able to do the fun things and to make money faster and to be able to go on your own faster. And as to would I take someone under my wing, that's literally the only thing I do. That's what I
That's
do.
why I'm sitting here looking through
That's
it,
what I
thinking
do.
of your
I
thing.
love helping people, and I moved up here. I didn't assist anybody. I would have loved to, but again, there was such a gatekeeping. They didn't share formulas. They didn't tell you because they thought if I teach you this, you are going to copy it.
Take my
I
clients.
don't feel like that. I can teach 6 stylists one thing, and they're all going to interpret it in a different way and make it their own.
100%.
I'm not threatened by success. I love to help girls.
I love to see the whole salon thrive,
I
not
love
just
it.
you.
And
Absolutely.
it doesn't at all dim anybody else's success. And there are plenty of people to go around.
Amen.
So
That is so, not to be cliche, but that is so applicable to everything we do on those podcasts. Like, we're
Yeah.
trying to be like, I don't care if you copy every last thing somebody else does. Like,
Nope.
you take what you love about somebody and you put it in your arsenal, then you take what you love about them and you, like, we should all be doing that for each other, and we should want each other.
yes,
Like,
To
if you
succeed.
love the way that I do that, like, my daughter-in-law is learning how to do something that I've always done, and I love that she wanted to learn. And she wants to go sell it on
Your
Etsy.
daughter-in-law.
I know. And I'm like, you do it. Like, I'm
Yeah.
so happy that you're doing that.
Yes.
And let me teach you more of how I do this stuff, because I'm so glad that you actually care about my weird granny crap. Like, let's do it.
And I don't think my way is the only way. I
No,
think
you're
there's
gonna
many
interpret
ways
it
of
your own way.
Exactly. And so I do think that I would love for people to bypass some of the hard lessons, which is I think what we're trying to, like with the boundaries thing, and don't let people talk to you like that, because we want them to get through some lessons we learned faster.
Not
But
so
maybe we
roughly.
but maybe we all just have to figure it out.
Probably.
That's
I don't know.
so
I feel like the kids are
true.
smarter than us.
They kind of are. I think
Yeah.
there's a lot of perks to the whole social media, the whole internet thing. Like, they do learn things. Like, when Asher and Liam are like, oh, I had the most intrusive thought today. I'm like, you know what that is?
Like, what's an intrusive thought? It took me how old to figure that out?
Like,
Right?
he's like, I mean, it's not you. It's just a little bit of your OCD coming out. And I'm like, so you know this and you're 15? Good. I'm glad you've already figured this out. That it's just an intrusive thought that doesn't define you. Like,
Yes.
okay. But, like, we wouldn't have been talking that way
No.
at
No.
age 15. So, anyway.
Your turn.
Oh, I guess we're running out of time.
We'll pick one more.
Okay, one more.
That's it.
I know.
Oh, I love this one. This is actually kind of a cool one. If you could change your life, would you? Where would you live? Who would you be?
Ooh.
I don't know that I think that is a cool one, because
Well, I'm trying to wrap it up that basically no. Like, well, we've
Yeah.
proved this.
Answer
time.
how she says.
This
well,
is the answer too. The answer is no.
I don't know. I don't live in a what if.
Same.
I just
The whole-
make choices, and I make them on purpose, and I suffer the consequences, and I'm not afraid to do that. And if something doesn't go like I think it's going to go, I'm the only one that can change that, and so I pivot. So I don't live in the like, oh, I should have done that different. Like,
Amen.
I'm like, I
Just change it.
pivot.
And if
Yeah.
things aren't going great, don't blame it on the past, because that's nothing.
You can't change it.
It just, like you said,
Well, and-
change. Figure
Yeah.
out a different direction and just
Yes.
go.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Sure,
that-
if you would have done this, you probably would be better off now if in this situation. But, like,
I mean,
there's
but
nothing
you can
do
always
about
go
it.
back and do that, but it wouldn't make you who you are today. And everything that has brought me to this point, I really like how messed up I am. So,
Yeah.
I'm not there yet.
dysfunctional.
So I'm impressed you are. I'm like,
Yeah.
well, I still hate that, but
No,
or
you
that
just accept
happened.
it.
I'm getting there on some things, but
Yeah, it is what it is.
Oh,
and
sometimes I cringe so hard at things that we like stupid things John and I have done, or like the consequences of decisions we've made. But there's also a part of me that's like, well,
live and learn.
live and learn, and also it's just part of our story at this point. There's nothing we can do about it.
No,
Absolutely
I don't ever want to go.
nothing.
Yeah, try to change
So
the
we
past.
just have to start from today, and sometimes it's a day by day thing, and sometimes
Just like Tia's marriage, day by day.
day by day. That's the
That put
question
that
you
on a
wanna end
sign,
on?
day by day by day. Dream vacation.
That's
Oh.
a good one.
Okay, I'm boring. My dream vacation is not going anywhere.
You're a homebody like me.
Yes,
I
So-
love the idea of traveling. Don't get me wrong, but I would.
You
love
say that, but you love to be home.
I
So-
love. To
I'm in the
travel.
middle.
I love to travel too, but it's not like I have to do it every other day like most people do.
well, and I've just actually started realizing this year that. So I have coworkers like Tyree who moved to Colorado. She lives for the next vacation. Same with
Totally.
Casey. They love it. My job doesn't go away when I go out of town. It makes the 2 weeks before and the 2 weeks after
Pure heck.
pure hell. And so by the time I go on a vacation, my eye is twitching and I have migraines and I'm so stressed that it'll take me 4 days to decompress. By the time I decompress, I get 1 day of enjoyment and then I'm stressed about the 2 weeks
Absolutely.
coming back.
I know exactly what
My idea of a perfect vacation is not having to work and not going anywhere.
And being at home. So, like, when you have a day off, what do you love to do?
Honestly, as a working mom, I get so excited about cleaning my own house.
Totally.
I do too.
Just
I
like
get that.
even being like I think we're all jealous of each other. I think stay-at-home moms are like, I would love to go socialize, and me, I'm like, you get to vacuum your house whenever you want, or like.
Yeah.
So I think we all
Get
all
envy
just,
of each
like,
other.
We're trying
Yeah.
to find the balance of that.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh,
So-
yeah. And I know you think I am such a homebody.
I am too. I'm not just complaining.
I mean, like, going to Vienna was life-changing. Literally life-changing for me creatively, spiritually, mentally. Life-changing. But I am, like, especially having babies again. Like, my dream vacation is everyone leaving. And
Yeah,
I'm
you stay home.
alone.
So
at
a
my
lot
house
of moms
for a
feel
solid
that way.
week. Just
So
I agree.
Just not going anywhere, but also you guys go somewhere else.
Yeah, and it's not because I don't love spending time with them. It's just that, like, I genuinely am such a, like, feathering my nest and such a, like, in my head person that, like, I need to do weird things that only I would get, that I need to be alone, aka dust my books, organize my books in weird topics that nobody else will understand, stack books that have no rhyme or reason that only I can get, like,
I'm
read
in the
my
middle. I
decorating
get
books,
it.
move all my furniture around, reorganize all my drawers, like weird stuff that if people were there, they would be like, why are you doing this? What's the point of this?
Well,
What's
even
the deal?
if you don't have a high maintenance family or spouse, because I actually will say my husband's super low maintenance, there's something about having them home that makes you feel like you have to entertain them.
Oh.
Yes.
So the amount of
Yes.
work you get done when you are by yourself, whereas if they're home, all of a sudden you melt into the couch, like you
Yes.
can't move, you're
When
like paralyzed.
I was staying at
Same.
home and David would work from home, I'd be like, no, because I just wasted this whole day. We watched a show.
It's
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
them. I wonder what it is that
It's
makes
not,
it
they're not
like that.
demanding.
No.
It's just like, it's like we don't even want them to know what our normal schedule is.
But now that I'm working, he's working at home every day
yeah.
because he's like,
happy
ooh,
to
the
be
house to
home.
myself.
Right.
There's something
So,
about it.
I get
but
it.
I would absolutely love to just be dead alone for a solid week.
So good. So good.
Anyway. Yeah, well, okay, so this week, or this month, I should say, because this is coming out in November. No, you're good. We're doing, instead of a shallow thing, a gratitude thing, but also my gratitude thing is really shallow. So, I guess
As long as you're shallow all around, we're good.
Okay, here's my gratitude for this thing. I have loved lately having Oliver go to preschool, and me and Hazel are alone for a couple hours, and she'll just be doing her own thing because she gets in her own head and plays random plays.
She does big time.
Ollie like wants to be like in my face, but she's ready to just go in from room to room playing house. And I sit there and watch The Real Housewives.
It's giving
And
you
it's
life.
so relaxing. I don't know, maybe it makes me feel better about myself. Seeing their
Trash
lives.
TV makes you feel better about yourself.
I guess, but just having like something so I don't know. It's
not
been good.
heavy.
Something chill.
I think because I've been so busy trying to get the wedding done and then just trying to do all the things I'm doing, it's like the most mind-numbing. I don't even have to think about it. So
I respect that.
that's my gratitude.
Do you have one yet? Do you have one yet, Tia, or do you want me to go?
You, because I don't even know what we're doing here.
Usually at the end we do a shallow thing, but this month we're doing just something random you're grateful for. 'Cause, you know, things-
But it's still shallow.
it can be. Okay.
Today I had Hunter win me some Booker shoes on an app. So I get some new Devin Booker basketball shoes and I don't play basketball.
I'm wheezing that he was all up, like excited about that idea for you. What's the app?
I don't know. Goat, maybe?
Asher does those.
I
They're like
bought
these
some shoes off
drops.
there.
They're like these shoe drops that happen. And
You have to like put in and be there at like a certain time in the morning, and if you get it,
So he happened to win. Hunter wins.
he wins everything.
He should gamble
Really?
because he's this like for the last 20 years of our lives. He'll
Concert tickets,
yes, he'll
movies.
he'll go to a gas station and be the 100th person. Like he literally wins everything.
Yes,
It's crazy.
He definitely needs
So
to
he won me
handle
some
that.
Booker shoes, so I'm going to be wearing basketball shoes to work.
All right.
But I'll look really cute in those scrubs with it.
What about you, Tia?
So my son just turned 5, and as of a couple weeks ago, he had been telling my husband that he wanted us to change his diapers forever, okay, because he liked them. And he also told us that he had gone number 3 in his diaper, and I was like, "What is number 3?" And he's like, "Poop and pee," and I'm like, "If you are counting what you are doing in your diaper, you are old enough to be crapping in a toilet." Okay. So my niece from California just moved in. She's actually a hairdresser, and so she's working at the salon now. She's also working at the Snowflake Smokehouse as a waitress.
Oh, cute.
But I paid her a substantial amount of money when she first got here to bully my son into potty training. And she was met with resounding success, and I have never spent such good money.
I wish I would have
Yeah.
known. It's my
in my
jam.
whole life.
I tried to pay you
I
to
know.
potty train Hazel.
But it was
lest we
when I was
forget.
working.
I
That's
know.
So I'm
there's nothing
thankful for
better.
her. I'm just
Just knowing you don't have any diapers in the house anymore. In
Yeah.
fact, the other day, Paula left a couple of Violet's diapers, and I was like, I can't even stand the sight of them in my house. I had to take them back to her house immediately because I'm like, I
Little
don't do
PTSD.
diapers anymore.
yeah,
I know.
it was rough, and so yeah.
Nice.
you are
Well
on the
done,
other
your
side.
niece.
Yeah.
And that is the best money you could spend.
It's amazing.
Honestly.
And because he, is almost graduating high school when he got potty trained, like he's not having accidents. So anyways,
I have
nice.
this vision of a sonic blanket for him, and me and my friend Jessie are on the lookout for the best sheet to make him a sonic blanket. And by golly, it's
Awesome.
gonna happen eventually for his birthday. That was
It might be his
We can
graduation.
never have too many blankets, which by the way, thank you for the blanket that you gave me.
Oh, that Jessie one.
The Jessie blanket. I
Aren't
love
they the
blankets.
best? I
just
do
love-
too.
Hers was amazing, and I loved the print.
I know, me
But
too.
for real,
I have
we
a
can
Jessie
never-
problem.
So I will take that. But
Yes.
that was it. I'm
That's a
you
good
guys.
one.
That's
Oh.
a huge one.
Praise
Huge.
be.
Praise. Praise the higher power.
I would get all this advice from stay-at-home moms. I'm like, I need advice from somebody who goes to work every day and a different babysitter has.
Because how are you
Because
keeping track of that?
It's hard to be consistent. So, anyways,
And you don't want to ask that of somebody. You don't want to be like, by the way, you have to take care of this.
Yeah.
So I was the same way. I was so busy, but I can't take her to Paula's to be watched in her undies and have her pee all over Paula's house.
and I just thought
so
it
I
was
just
going to
throw
click.
her back in a
I just thought he was going to wake up one day and be like,
This
"All
is
right,
gross. Let's move
let's
on.
do this."
Yeah.
But he's too busy doing number 3.
I'm the worst potty trainer too, so I had empathy for you because I'm
So,
not
anyways,
great.
so grateful.
Love it. I love it.
Way to go, Rogan.
Tia, thanks for coming back
Rogan.
on. Are you still going to be
what-
our friend?
Yeah, I just don't know why you guys.
Well, we
let
still
me
have 10
rambling
more
on here,
questions,
I
so
know, we really do. We didn't get through
Okay,
them
well,
all,
let's get some juicier
All
ones
right.
next time.
Okay.
we'll have you come back after your hunt.
but- I know.
Oh my gosh, that would be good.
I love it.
And see if
All
I'm
right.
still married. Yeah.
We can
All-
re-answer all the questions.
Yes.
All right. Peace out.
Awesome.